and I got a really nice show for you today. Tonight, this show was produced a little bit different, and I'm stepping out, showing a little bit of range. Now, generally, when I get on my podcast, we usually talk about a number of things. We've talked about food, health, and dietary. That's something I'm big on when it comes with Black people, specifically, is talking about health and dietary. One of the biggest killers in our community is our dietary. You might not hear a lot of people talk about this, but this is one of the biggest destructive forces in our community is our health. Secondly, our lack of knowledge. And those go hand to hand. Without knowledge, most of us go right in the grocery store, snatch something out, and put it in our mouth. We give our kids poison. But that's not what I wanted to talk about tonight. What I wanted to talk about tonight is something that really irks me is when people say what a real man is. A real man wouldn't hurt a woman. A real man wouldn't hit a woman. A real man wouldn't steal. A real man wouldn't lie. A real man do this and do that. Well, to be honest with you, a real man would do all of those things because a real man is a person that's alive. Now, whether this man is good or bad or have good principles and morals is up to the character of that man and what he has downloaded over his time of being on the planet. Generally, that falls on your parents, your mentors, your family. But I wanted to talk a little bit about a real man because, in my opinion, a real man does all of the above. A real man has been a heartbreaker. A real man has done things to survive. A real man might have even told some lies. And to me, that is a real man. Now, I've had women say to me, who is not even in my gender, what a real man is. And it has always irked me. It's generally when they get upset, a real man wouldn't cheat. A real man would bring a woman flowers. What's up, player? A real man would do this and a real man would do that. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of the real men that we love and like is people who've done time, people who legendary. And now ask yourself a question about a real man. Why is it that when good men go to jail for something that they probably didn't even do or a misunderstanding that they got misguided in, hanging out with the wrong crowd, why when they come home, there's no money waiting for them? The gang ain't waiting to give them no, homecoming. Why is it the drug dealers, the rappers, no offense to Max B, no offense to Supreme or Tut, Jimi Hendrix or Prince, none of these guys, no offense to them, but why when they come home, they get a warm reception? They ain't never told or never snitched because they are real men. But a real man does put his hands on a woman sometimes. A real man does do illegal crimes sometimes. A real man does lie. And a real man does steal. A real man is a person that makes mistakes, but it's a person that comes to understand that there is more to life than these stupid decisions that I made. Now, I'm looking back on my life and I'm at a different point right now. I'm ready to take no prisoners. I'm tired of waiting in line. I'm tired of looking for a job. I'm tired of waiting for a pension and a 401k. And that's why I made some of the decisions I made to chop up crack, sell drugs. And I've let so many different things get in my life and tell me what a real man is. A real man gets on his knees and pray to Jesus. A real man protects his family. Well, you know what? Most real men end up in the grave and end up locked up. Most real men realize the system ain't designed to help you. Most real men understand that the way we got here as Americans was making mistakes. So to me, I'm tired of hearing what a real man is. A real man to me is one that embodies who he is and not lean on a woman to give him shelter, to give him nourishment. A real man seeks his self. A real man really takes time in solitude of his own brain to figure out, why am I not going nowhere? I respect a man that's going to do anything that it takes. I listen to people like Dennis Prager. I listen to people like Savage, Bill O'Reilly, you name it, Sean Hannity. Also, I listen to people who had stories like Fat Cat Nickel, John Gotti. These are all real men to me. Even the guy who was with Tina Turner, Ike Turner, to me, he was a real man. But some of his actions made him look stupid. And that's what happens in the black community. Our actions really mess us up. Because most of us let somebody else tell us what a real man is. Now, I don't know who this message is going to help. But like I said, I've been feeling lately that I'm tired of waiting for the bus. I'm tired of waiting around and being an honest broker in a system that's not honest. You know it and I know it. I never believed in snitching. I never believed in throwing nobody under the bus. So I never followed those principles. I remain loyal. And I feel like a real man does not have to go to prison and come home and then start to do good deeds. And that gets on my nerve too. It's no offense to people who want to come home and do good. I respect that. But it just seems so generic that you went out, you robbed the cars, you robbed the casino, you broke the rules, you robbed the bank. You don't tell and you come home and people say you a bad guy. Now, how many of us has sat down and played Monopoly or any board game and you got tired of, just the whole, you wanted to add a little flavor to this? To me, that's what life is. Now, how many real men do you know? How many real men how many of your fathers have read this book right here? How many of your fathers have wrote a book? And that's what kicks my butt as well. When a woman tells a man who's having a hard time in life that he's not a real man and she's never had a set of nuts attached to her body. A lot of women go through life with their breasts, their image, their aura, showing a little cleavage, a little kitty camel toe, and they get through. And that's why I always tell my son, I love my daughters, but my daughters can always come home at any given time. My daughters could always go to the government and ask for a little help. They could always find some shelter or some organization that's geared to make sure that they're going to make it. My son can't get any of that. That's why we have got to start educating our boys more than our girls. And I respect women. My mother never gave me the type of raw game that she gave my sisters. One, because she's not my species. And so she going to help me out of a little bit of love of being my mother and feeling a little sorry for me. But she put my sister up on game, how men think, how they operate, what you need to look out for. But my mom never really was the type, and most of your mothers ain't either, to put the boys up on game. These women are liars, they treacherous, and it's about them. They are looking to move ahead. And most men have figured this out now. We are just a benefit program, a benefit package. We are just a life insurance policy. We are security, just like a dog. We are like dogs. We are a friend. We ain't supposed to complain. We don't need you telling us that you hurt. You ain't supposed to cry. And if somebody break in the house, you die first. Now that's a real man. Now, how many of you guys, again, out there who also get on these lives and get in front of women and talk about a real man would open the door for a lady? Shit, a real man ain't worried about no opening no door for no lady, in my opinion. But he don't mind opening a door for a lady or a man. But the first door you need to open is for your goddamn self. That's what a real man is. And I respect women because real women don't give a shit about no man. They gonna always make sure that they protected. A real woman make sure she got a roof and make sure she can eat and make sure that she can get whatever services she can need. But you, as a real man, make sure that I'm good. Make sure that I can get on the boat or the lifeline first. Make sure that you go out there and commit whatever crime you need to keep these lights on because you're a real man. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that. And I'm sick of men being stupid because most of us are raised by females and we don't honor who we are and what we are. We don't look out for our own. We give our son BS information. I tell my son the way it is. And I say, son, you little right now, and the warmth of your mother's titties and her big ass is what you think you need to protect. But the moment you get of age, you're going to realize your mother was like Jacob, who deceived the father with Esau because she had something in mind that she wanted to do for Jacob. So they lied. See, that's what I want my son. And as you get older, you realize a lot of times your mothers are full of game. They're full of lies. They cheat. And they think about themselves. And that's what I wanted my son to understand. And I think little by little, he's beginning to understand. This world is not for you. Men used to want to be stepfathers. Now they listen, a stepfather don't get nothing but stepped on. We let people tell us what we need to be doing. And the moment we go through some hardships, the first thing a hard nigga want to do is find some church. The nigga that was killing, shooting, and bodying niggas to get ahead. The moment he have a hard time, he want to find a pastor to talk to. He want to find a deacon. He want to help out and give back and become a philanthropist. There's something about that does not sit right with me. And I'm not telling you to be a career criminal for the rest of your life. Let's get these likes up because we're giving them real information right now. We can get to the Trump and the politics and all that other stuff some other time. But right now, this really has been on my heart from God to share this with y'all. Let's get these likes up, ladies and gentlemen. And this goes for women as well, because a lot of you women are raising boys that you are destroying. And you get them out here and your sons is not prepared for life. Every other culture besides my culture put the boys first. And that's why most of us, if you got any sense, I would take a white woman over any day to be the mother of my children. Because I know how a white woman think. Whatever come out of her womb, it don't matter the gender, she gonna put that gender first. If y'all know anything about African women, be it Nigerian, South African, or Ethiopian, they put the boys first. You Korean, you put the boys first. You Jewish, you put the boys first. You Jewish, you put the boys first. In the black community is the only community that women shit on the boys so they can go up talking this tough black woman shit. In my community, it's the only community where the boys are not taken care of. They're not educated. They're not given no real information and knowledge. And half of the time, the image and likeness, like how when you look in the mirror, the fathers ain't there anyway to put you up on game. And again, I said I learned when I was in that cell. I was in the cell in Rikers Island. I saw my father. He was in the cage in front of me. Nigga never came and see me. He was living his life, still chasing that rock. He might get mad if he ever see this interview, and I don't give a shit. My father was chasing that coochie. My father was chasing that cold ass beer. My father was chasing them abandoned buildings back in the day when there was no cameras around so he can get high and get him some funky ass. He didn't have time to come look for me, and I respect it. I get it. But a real woman knows that a real man makes mistakes. I was talking to my ex the other day, and she talking about, I want to find me a real man. Well, he a real man in the beginning. We all are. We promised to do this. I ain't going to be like your ex. The moment they get in there, guess what? And they get a little bit of your 3 children, stretch marks having ass. You know, got some good warm pussy in there off of my child support. No problem. But the moment he get in, the first thing he do when he go to Walmart, When Dixie's or Kroger's or even church, he start looking at that other coochie cat because that's just who we are. You can't change us. So you go ahead and lie to yourself, women out there, that I want a good man that ain't going to cheat. I said, so let me guess. I guess Diddy was a real man. Was Dr. Dre a real man? We celebrate them. Was Eminem a real man? All of these men done went out and stepped out on their girlfriend. Jay-Z, Rihanna's boyfriend, Drake, every single one of us, Snoop Dogg. So where are the real men? Cosby done stepped out on his wife after making all these shows, A Different World, and being a doctor and a lawyer. Come on. Bill Gates. Which one of us are real men? Trump had got him a little coochie on the side, a couple of little prostitutes here, there, and everywhere. So where are the real men? Michael Jackson, Prince, all of us have fallen short. And we let people make us believe that there's some men somewhere in Alaska somewhere that's a real man. Get these likes up. Come on, because we spitting game right now. We spitting real game, y'all. I need y'all to help me. Do I ever come on here and say, hey, could y'all cash at me? Hey, could you give me a couple dollars? Thanks for that $5. Thanks for that $2. I don't do none of that shit. I don't do nothing. I don't got no collection plate out here. I always understood I had to get it out the mud. And you know when I knew life was real? It was when I stopped listening to my mother. I realized my mom is just like a police officer who's got to do his job. My mom is just like a fire department and just like a senator who's got to do her job as a woman to protect the vagina and protect the titties at all costs. That's my mother's job. And as a man, you should be willing to protect the dick and the balls at any cost. We've got to survive. But many of you don't do that because you let somebody else, maybe your mother, tell you what a real man was. Real man don't commit no crimes. A real man pay his tithes. A real man play ball and catch with his son. No, a real man is out there and he don't get to see his kids. That's a real man. A real man, he gonna have some problems with the law. A real man is gonna step out of the margin every now and then. And a real man gonna look at some other vagina sometimes. Then he'll get to a place like me. All I really want in my life is a good woman. All I want in my life is a good woman, a nice place to rest and finish my books like Bilbo Baggins. You know when I knew it was real? When I went to go get my passport on my own. Mama didn't take me to go get it. Daddy didn't take me. I had to go to law library myself. I had to go before the judge myself. There was no skirts to help me. I had to realize, goddamn, we live in a real world under maritime and admiralty law. There was no mother to give me a copy. Mama didn't give me this. Mama didn't know shit to start with. Daddy never gave me that. I had to go and get a copy of this shit myself. Know what the hell we talking about here? I had to go to law library myself and figure out what's going on. It's only when you get your case, it's only when reality slapped the shit out you, do you realize, goddamn, it's real. Most of us ain't gonna really crack no Bible open until you go to jail anyway. And until you get hurt or come up with some disease, then you start reading and realize. Now, let me tell you another thing. Get them likes up here. Come on. Help me out. All I'm asking is for a little bit of help. That's all I'm asking. Just a little bit of love. Now, you know when I knew it was real? The incarceration for me was like going to the military. It really was. That was the first time when I understood life is real. You know why? Because that's the first time you smell life for the first time. Not when you see your wife give birth to a baby. Man, fuck that shit. You can learn that from watching kittens, man. That ain't no real life. It's when your ass get trapped. It's when you are in the streets. It's when them lights go off. And you don't got the money to turn them back on. That's when you know it's real. When you ain't got nothing to drink and you got to go to one of these restaurants and fill up a bottle of their soda or water, you understand me? So you can have something to drink. When you got a little ride or a bike or a car and you need gas and you got to steal in order to return it so you can get gas. That's when life is real. I'm tired of being a liar. Life is real now. A real man get on his knees and pray. Nigga, please. None of us really pray until we have to. That's real. And that's, I said, when I got put behind them walls and you can't go nowhere and you stuck in your own head and your own mind, that's when life get real for you. I ain't got no more advice about how to treat a woman. I don't know no goddamn way how to treat no woman. I know how to treat human beings. I know how to give my best to any and everything that comes before me, whether it's an insect, an animal, a woman, or a man. But I'm tired of fitting into this narrative of the world because it's nothing but bullshit. And you realize that. I sat up here and wanted to be a damn rapper or a television cat. And I said, well, why all these niggas going to jail? Tell me somebody who you know who made it. There ain't no way to make it. It's all bullshit. All of it. And I realized that Cosby was bullshitting. Dwayne Wade was bullshitting. Dwayne from Different World was all full of shit. Jordan was full of shit. He had a gambling problem. He went from wife to wife. Steve Harvey's full of shit. He on his 9th, 10th wife. So where is the real men? What is it, Cedric the Entertainer? Same story, same shit. What is it? JP, what's his name? TD Jakes. Is he the real man you looking for? He got his issue. Supposedly he like balls, dinglings, and everything else now. We are learning the reality. Who's the real man? 50 Cent. We know his story. He got problems, beating on a woman, hitting a woman. Now he's a nice man with a nice suit sitting in front of good white folks. Is he the real man you're talking about? Or is it T.I. with his family and Tiny? Then you find out, oh, damn, T.I. cheating with the best friend. T.I. talking to his mother-in-law about stepping out on his wife. So where's the real man? We were lied to. The real man is the nigga that make the mistake. It is the nigga that's locked up. It is your baby father who got another baby mama. He is a real man. He has not realized that he's a real man. I begged my kid's mother to understand I'm the realest you gonna ever get. I just made some mistakes. Well, I want a real man that ain't gonna make no mistakes. That's when you gonna realize you bullshitting. You gonna see, we wake up when it's time for us to wake up. And that's when I start realizing, because some of us, we go through that. I don't want nobody to hit my baby mama. I don't want nobody to F my wife, my ex-wife. You know, I don't want nobody. But you know, when you know it's real, I'll never forget. I was in Ethiopia and I was dating a nice little chocolate Ethiopian thing. And I was hitting that coochie, boy. I sure was. And I realized that before she met me, she was stepping out with older niggas and they was smashing. They was hitting up, taking care of family. And when I found that out, I told her, you know what? Here's a little money and kick rocks, bitch. I got hurt. I took about 10 paces and real man kicked over me. I said, listen, that ain't your coochie. I don't care if you got a ring on it. That vagina will always belong to her. That is her vagina. You can only rent it. You can only borrow it. You can only use it. So clean your punk ass up. Go back in there and stop worrying about who else hit that, what she did for a little bit of money to survive, and worry about the time that you got in front of her right now. And my whole demeanor changed. I went back. I said, babe, come over here for a second. She said, hey, whatever. I said, clean your tears up. I said, here goes some more money. Here you go. Go get your mama door fix and thing like that. You ain't upset no more? I said, no, not at all. What changed? I said, you know what? I just got, sometimes you grow up right there on the spot. And I said, you know what? I can care less of who you used to talk to and what you had to do to survive. I just told her, moving forward, don't you ever play me in my face. And right now, and I'm not going to do the same to you. And I've tried my whole life. Women love it and they don't. I've tried to ask my exes about polygamy. I'm telling the truth, baby. I like to see you and me and another woman in a bed. It's just my rocks. I want to get rid of her afterwards and keep you. It makes me fuck you better. Oh Lord, that ain't a real man. See, a real man gonna have to lie to you. Now I'm not saying I want to do this now, but it was in my mind at the time, and I needed to be a real man and express that. See, a real man ain't gonna go. Nah, I never thought about committing suicide, nigga. Please, we've all thought about what life would be. And again, I'm gonna tell you when I knew life was real. You know, when you're a kid, you always think about being a teenager. When you're a teenager, you're always thinking about being an adult. And when you're an adult, you always think about getting old. And when you start getting older, you start thinking about death. It is the natural progression, baby. And now I've already used half of my lifespan up. I know I'm leaving here. Here's some game for you. You think you live amongst the land of the living. You live amongst the land of the dead. That's why your hair falls out, because you're dead. Your nails, you get gray hair. You lose your eyesight because you're dead. If you was alive, this wouldn't happen to you. Now, you're not completely dead, but we are dead. Right now, you're talking to a dead man, and I'm talking to the dead people out here. Everybody that I look at in this world is dead in some shape, form, or fashion. And you start to realize that you are not going to be here forever. And you know what? The sun and the moon is sitting there. That's why I got it on my neck. It sits there and it watches you while you try to figure out the latest phone, the latest gadget, while you shopping on Amazon, everything. The sun and moon just sitting there watching you. You go get gas in your car. You come out to smoke your little blunt after you had your little coochie. They're sitting there just watching you, and it's recording you. And guess what? Michael Jackson used to be here, but he's gone. See, most of the people are left already. Now, as you get older, you start not that you want to die, but shit, it's time for me to go here soon. Anyway, I tell my kids that all the time. I say, love daddy now, because daddy got to go. It's going to hit him one day. My father has to go. My mama, you got to go. You're going to get the hell up out of here. You start to realize it. Prince is gone. Aretha Franklin is gone. JFK is gone. Bush is gone. John McCain is gone. We leave. And why are we in fear of death? Because we don't know no better. That's why we go to the grocery store and buy a bunch of bullshit and we kill ourselves, because we don't know no better. That's why you could be Papoose and you sitting up there with Remy Ma looking like a slut talking about that's black love. You can kick all of that knowledge and all that shit, but I'm gonna tell you, sometime it take a different approach and a different brain. And that's when I ascended beyond being a God body and a 5%er. I used to be that. I was with Wu-Tang. I was with Onyx. I was with the Supreme Team. Swear to God, I seen it all. Why you look so young? Because I'm blessed with unnatural life, and I thank God of who I am. But mainly it's because of how you think and how you eat. But I realized something. And you know what it was that I realized? That we all don't know a goddamn thing about this world that we live in. The best way to learn something is not to know shit. Did you hear what I said? The best way to learn is not to know a goddamn thing. Not to say I want to stay dumb and I don't want to know nothing. Because the more you learn, the more you realize I don't know. How many of y'all are experts in farming? How many of y'all know about the atmosphere? Not a goddamn person. I told my best friend, because I got a best friend, y'all. And I love her. I really do. I love her a lot. I love my best friend. I've never had a best friend that I chose of my own accord. My best friend always came because I was locked up or I was in the life of crime. And, I was on a playground. I never just met somebody, loved their spirit, loved what they brought to me and said, you know what? I want you to be my best friend until now. And I always thought a woman can't be your best friend. That's your best bet. You know why? Because they teach you so much of what reality is. And I love my best friend because she tells me life ain't fair. And that's the way it's supposed to be. I'm a woman and it goes my way. I don't like the way she talking. No, 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 no. You need to listen because that's the reality. Your mama should have told you that. And a real man learns at some point. You sit back, and that's why most of the time now I listen to everything she say. It's not because I'm not a real man. I don't have better decision makings than her. See, you learn that in the court system too. I'm gonna tell the judge when I get there. The best thing you could do is keep your mouth closed and let somebody else talk. That's the best thing you can do. When a cop come, why you pull me over? No, 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 no. See, somebody taught you the wrong way. Best thing you could do is give him whatever he asked for and let him know I don't answer any questions. What? That don't make sense. Oh, it make more sense. The older you get, it will make more sense. See, I spend more time reading and thinking. People come, and my kid's mother, she didn't like that. She would come and ask me questions. Oh, I wonder where you been today. Now she probing. I wonder how many skirts you looked at today. And she's talking. I wonder which one of your coworkers you flirted with. Now, when I was younger, I said, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Because I was stupid. Now, oh, I love it. I wonder how many women's you looked at. I wonder how many you looked at today. What you mean by that? What you mean? I wonder if you got you a little girlfriend. And I go like this, look. Well, aren't you gonna respond? Oh, you asking me a question? I thought that was rhetorical. I thought you was just ranting like you normally do. I watch how I open my mouth and how I respond. You understand me? That's what life is about, and that's what life teaches you. And we're almost done here. If you have not learned anything else from this live of what I'm trying to say, is a real man is you. Just because you broke, you a real man. Just because you on child support, you a real man. You got misdemeanors and felonies, you a real man. God made you as real as it comes. And how dare you let somebody else determine falsely what a real man is? A real man's got a good job. He's got all his bills paid and a credit score of 780. A real man stays on his job and get that old pension. That's what you think? I don't think so. So what do you call Muhammad Ali? Was he not a real man because he ain't got no pension? He wasn't no bus driver, no factory worker. See, a real man is you. But the problem is you don't know what you really supposed to be doing. And the moment when you realize what you're supposed to be doing, you got yourself so buried under stuff that's going to prevent you from being a real man. You know, in my last marriage, no offense, and I love her. She's a good woman. You know the reason why I divorced her? Because she didn't want me to write a book. I would have to force my way in a marriage with her to write a book. She didn't want me to go get that passport and travel. She didn't want me to open that business. The moment I divorced her, I lost weight and I got healthy. I started working out every day. Ain't nothing in my refrigerator right now but some beans and some water. And that's just the way I like my refrigerator. Now, supposedly, when I get married one day, if any, or I get somebody in my life, of course, she's going to do whatever she's going to do to the refrigerator. And I still have to show discipline. But a real man is the one in that cell who don't got no pantry. He healthier and his mind is freer. See, the one who's got all of the bells and whistles, all of the cable channels, all the comfortability of life, they're hiding something and they're not really happy. You see, the married man wish he was single, or at least he had a shot to do it all over again and re-choose. Then the single man, he's hot every night, getting a little bit of lotion. He can't wait to get into a relationship because neither one of them are thinking about their purpose. And that's why I respect Tupac. When he was here, it was all about his purpose. And you know why Jada Pickett loved him? Because she couldn't control him. She couldn't stop him from chasing his purpose. She couldn't stop him from putting out that message. Tupac, give me a little coochie, Jada, and watch out. I got an interview to do about the system, how effed up it is. Will Smith wanted the children, wanted to be up under the coochie, wanted to be looking good, a power couple like Jay-Z. And you realize you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not living what you're supposed to be living. No offense. The moment I left my wife, I became a publisher. The moment I left my wife, I got my passport and I started getting stamps and I was in Germany. The moment I left her, I became a vegan. Really, I swear, I'm not joking with you. The moment I left her, my health got better. I had no stress. There is nobody walking around here wanting to know what I'm doing and when I'm getting off of the live. I never knew any better because guess who taught me the wrong way? My mother. She taught me you need a woman to cook for you. I can do that myself. Plus, I'm not going to put nothing in my body now that I have consciousness like Dr. Sabi. I don't want to put nothing in my body. She coming in here to make me some fucking macaroni. I don't want your macaroni, sis. No offense. I don't want your cornbread, honey. I don't need your fried chicken and you to put curtains up for me and all this other shit and clean under the bed because that comes with something. It's like the devil. What you need? Because the devil never gonna let you down. He like the post office. That nigga runs Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. The devil is always there to give you what you want. You want some ass? I got you. You want some fun? You want some recreation? What you need? And you think that that's fulfillment. Everything that Jay-Z done built, I promise you one thing, they'll rip it all down. I guarantee you. I've never seen one human being that has ever come on this planet and got in that old system and left with everything intact. Michael Jackson shit was ripped up. Al Green shit was ripped up. Cornelius, the Soul Train got ripped up. Bill Cosby got ripped up. Prince shit got ripped up. Even Bill Gates, he ain't leaving out of here and be no Grady. They gonna take all that shit from him. Wait till these Epstein's files come out. You gonna see? They gonna strip it all out. They gonna take it all from Diddy. Pop Smoke lost it all. Nipsey lost it all. He ain't here for the store no more. All that shit he did. Now, think the thing that's gonna work with Nip is Nip was working on his purpose while he was here. That's why he started talking about Dr. Sabi. That's why he started talking about health and opening up stores, because he did his completion. And that's what you're here for. Complete your mission and go to the real reality where DMX is. DMX did, he was on crack. No. That was because he was fighting that world that he wanted to go back to. He wanted to go with the wife. He wanted to go with the kids. He wanted to be a father, but you wasn't here to be that. You were sent here to wake up the masses. You was here to preach the world raw gospel of God and get on that stage and pray with all the motherfuckers who out there drinking their Hennessy and about to fuck some bitches tonight. He made them wait. Think about it. This nigga up here praying. Huh? But you think, oh, he's a deadbeat. Oh, he wasn't there for the kids. He wasn't supposed to be there for no fucking kids. He was supposed to come here like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and everybody else, Messiah Marcus Garvey, do what he do and get his ass on up out of here. Michael Jackson realized it wasn't about Beat It, Billie Jean. It's at the end of his life did he start teaching and educating and talking about they don't care about us, because now he living his purpose. Cosby did the same thing. First, it was all about the wife and the kid and Theo and all this bullshit. Then what he started doing? He started doing documentaries on Black history. Same thing with R. Kelly. He up here talking about the pussy, peeing on that coochie, threesomes, baby, I love you. I don't know if y'all caught it. At the end of his life, he started talking about Black consciousness. He started talking about human consciousness. He started talking about the world, saving the world. We are the world. Now you're getting back to your purpose. But you got distracted. Prince, the same thing. First, it was all about Purple Rain. Dun, 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 dun. Ass out in your cheeks. Then he started putting up on game. He wanted his publishing back at the end, talking about how messed up the industry was. Well, what changed? You woke up and realized your purpose. Your purpose, no offense to a woman will do you just like Eve. She will do you just like Delilah and Samson. She will do you just like Lot's wife. She will do you just like Daniel's wife, who told him to curse God and die. A woman is a distraction. No offense, they're gonna get mad at me and they're gonna say, oh, I don't like the way he's talking. But if you're a real woman, you'll say he's right. A real woman will tell you, baby, I want you to go up there and focus on that jump shot, baby. I want you to go up there. Don't think about these titties. They're gonna be right here when you get back. They're gonna be this pussy gonna be right here. I need you to focus. I need you to get in that ring and win. Don't worry about me. That's a real woman. They'll tell you, women, we are a distraction. Our perfume, our lotion, the dress up our butt, and you can't concentrate. That's why you see Jewish women in Judaism, even in Islam, and even in real Christianity. Like, take a look at the Church of Latter-day Saints or the Jehovah's Witness. You see the women dress a lot different, don't you? They're not dressing like Cardi B because they know the woman is a natural distraction. She don't even try to be. Cute little phone with a little teddy bear on it and everything. She's a distraction. Got the little nice little cute rings on. You look, it's a distraction. The cherry apple lotion she putting on, it's a distraction. The makeup she putting on, what you putting on makeup on your face for? Most men is the way I look is the way I look, baby. Coal in my eye and everything else. With her, she in the mirror 30, 40, 50. What you hiding, baby? Because you a distraction, honey. I'm telling you the way it is. And this is a real live. Now, some of y'all can say, why you got that hat on if you talking that good truth? Thank you. Somebody said, I love you, brother. Help me. As a woman, I see his point. Thank you. I love my women. I love real women. A real woman going to tell you the truth. See, it's not about gender, to be honest with you. That's why I told you before I went down this rabbit hole. My best friend is a female, and I listen to everything she say. Well, isn't that a contradiction? No. I realize the way life goes. See, in conclusion, I'm going to sum this up for you about being a real man. A real man realizes he has limitations. A real man realizes your dick is going to get hard. Did I say something wrong? A real man realizes I don't have power over a woman. I was created with this here to go up there and fix that goddamn ceiling. But she was created this to fix my ass. Okay, you can go out there and conquer all the bears you want, build all the railroads you want. So when you come back in the house, after you done tame the world, okay, you done tame the lions and the tigers and the bears, and she gonna tame you because of what's between your legs. That's the way God made it. And I realized that. That is why I'm disciplined now. Because I said to myself, I said, if I could fight against the oatmeal cookies, if I can fight against the hamburger, that's why I'm a vegan. If I can fight against the sodas, and if I could beat the cakes and the ice cream, it may prepare me to beat the coochie. That's the toughest fight you're going to ever have is two things. Yourself and the vagina will be your toughest fights in life. And that's real. I don't care if you're gay. Your toughest fight is still going to be a woman because that's why you're trying to be one. I realize that. And so I understand, and now I embrace feminism. Now I understand a woman's purpose. And you know what I do? I ain't going to cut my eyes out. But when I talk to most women, I don't even look at them. I move my eyes like this, and I focus on them, and I talk, and then I keeps it moving because I know I cannot beat them. But the way to beat them is to know you can't. So that gives you a shot. I never forget this one girl. I took her out on a date, and she was prepared to turn me down on the first night. She had it all planned. He not gonna come up on the first night. I'm a, because they know what burns in your pants. A woman knows your penis better than you in most cases. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I had to learn that too. And she come on upstairs. Well, I'll come up for a few minutes. And I looked around at her house and her pictures, and I said, "Wow." I said, "Well, look, I need to go move my car, and I got to get up in the morning." She said, "You got another girl?" I said, "No." What you say that for? Every man I brought up here damn near ripped my bra off to pull my breast out because they was the vampires. Are you gay? I said, "No, baby. I'm just disciplined." She said, "How is that possible?" I don't know men that's like that. I told her, I realize I'm on the planet for a short time. I know why the sky is blue. That's water sitting over my head. And I said, I know my limitations. I said, I don't eat this. I don't eat that. I'm disciplined. I don't have no television in my house. I have no video games. I get what I'm supposed to be doing here. I may not be locked up, but at some point I am locked up. All I got is these little devices right here so I can talk to your ass. But other than that, I don't got nothing else. And just the iron to iron my clothes. And the toilet and the sink and things like that. And I don't even use the stove. I can't tell you the last time that I bought grease. I haven't eat grease. That was one of the hardest fights for me. One of the hardest things to do is not to use cooking grease. I haven't eaten grease in over 2 years. I don't use it. I boil everything I eat, or I eat it raw, whether it's an avocado or watermelon or some noodles, some whatever it is. I'm gonna boil it or I'm gonna bake it. I don't use grease. That was one of my hardest fights. Sugar and salt would be another fight of yours. But if you can discipline yourself with some of those things, you will master a female. And when you master a female, she will love you for real because you're different. She don't have that same power over you and you fascinate her. I fascinate the girls that I go out with now or who are interested in me. And guess what? I don't have a girlfriend anymore and I probably will never have one again. I got my best friend. Anytime I need to look at a female, anytime I need a female to touch me, when I say touch me, just whatever is my hair or playing or whatever, I got her for that. Or I got my daughters, I got my mother, my grandmother. I've learned my lesson, and sometimes we gotta get locked up like Prince for 34 years. Sometimes we gotta go through hardships like Jay Prince. Sometimes we gotta go through hardships and hit our head like DMX and like my daddy and like myself to realize I am a real man and you are a real man too. So, in conclusion, never let nobody tell you what a real man does. A real man talks to a woman this way. A real man don't take no junk from no woman. Listen, a real man scratches his ass. A real man has to take a piss. A real man has morning breath. A real man eyes will go bad. A real man has to eat and drink water. That's a real man. You don't gotta be a real man because you got Christ in your life. That ain't got nothing to do with being no goddamn man. Or you got Allah, or you've been married for 23 years. That ain't got nothing to do with being no real man. Most people who've been married that length of time ain't learned shit that they supposed to do on this earth. They have not eaten right. They haven't passed nothing down to their children. They haven't done what they were supposed to do on this earth. They have not left it better than when they found it. They just came here, mind their business, took care of their affairs, and now they're getting ready to get the fuck out of here. That's the only thing that they've done. They haven't done anything remotely close. They haven't wrote any books. They haven't sat down and mentored nobody. Only thing that they did was work on a funky ass job. And they wish they could do it all over and stay with some damn woman for this amount of time. That's not living your best life. That ain't living your worst life either. It's just the life you chose. Don't feel bad because Tupac died at an early age. He's done more in his little bit of time than some niggas who spent their 85 years on this planet and ain't done a goddamn thing. You got people like Nipsey Hussle. Man ain't even got to 35. Malcolm X, 37 years old when he died. 39 years old. Same thing. I'm older than you. See how I look? I'm older than Martin Luther King and uh uh Malcolm X. Martin Luther King died when he was 39 years old. He wasn't even in his 40s. Up there looking like an old ass nigga. When I was a kid, I thought Martin Luther King was at least 52 years old. How old and tired his ass looked. He didn't look like he was in his 30s. Because you know why? All that huffing and puffing that Martin Luther King did, he never learned how to eat correctly. Martin Luther King did not learn good dietary while he was on this planet. He did not understand the real frequencies and consciousness of God. He didn't get to examine half, not even a quarter of the animals on this planet. He didn't get to travel the entire world just about and look around and explore nature and enjoy God's green earth. He was so busy trying to do some other things, which I respect. He did a hell of a job now on this planet. Don't get me wrong. He left a legacy, which you supposed to do that. A lot of good men have done well for themselves. But what I want you to understand in conclusion is to take your life in your own hands and make it do what it do. Keep on teaching somebody. Keep on sharing with somebody and find out what works for you and leave the earth a little bit better. Mentor somebody in the grocery store. Tell a little kid passing by, hey man, what you doing with your life? Hey, you should do this. You should do that. Leave little gems. Help an old lady if you can. Really. That's why I made white people my main focus. And I love on white people more than anything else. Because I know most black people wouldn't do it. They've been programmed to do otherwise. I realized the game. God didn't put me here to hate white folks. God didn't put white folks here to hate black people. A lot of times we get turned around out of our own ambition and ignorance. Most of the people who left this earth, I don't care if they were bankers, I don't care if they were the big pharmaceuticals, just before they died, they all realized maybe I shouldn't have done this shit. Maybe this wasn't even worth it. Bill Gates, right now, almost everything he thought he wanted to do, he regrets half of it right now, if not all of it. And that's what happens almost at the end of your life when you got to die. And all that power and Illuminati and all this, that, it start not to mean nothing to you. And you realize that same sun and moon that was here when the Egyptians were here, the Tartarians, the Nephilim, and the Anunnaki, them same goddamn moon sitting up there looking at you. The same moon that was here when J.P. Morgan was here and Michael Jackson, that same goddamn moon is sitting up there looking at your ass and my ass. That same moon was up there when Moses and Joshua and the children of the Red Sea and all that other kind of shit is still here looking at your ass. You the only nigga that's gonna get up on up out of here. The stars are still there watching you. And that's when I realized, what the hell is we doing? What the hell do we think we doing? You have no idea, do you? And now what I want out of a woman is different. Don't get me wrong now. Boy, I sure do enjoy some intimacy here. But that's not what I want no more. I want the brain. I want the conversation. I enjoy um looking at flowers, birds, animals. I enjoy looking at a beautiful woman, especially if she's, in a really cool relationship with me. Um, I enjoy water. To me, water is everything. I came out of my mother's water. I got baptized in water. I got to drink water to live. You understand me? To me, water is everything. It got to rain in order for the fruits and veggies to grow. Water is everything to me. You know what I'm saying? And I love life different. I love fruits and vegetables. I used to love candy. I didn't know no better. I used to love cake and cookies. I didn't know no better. You understand me? I used to love a big booty bitch, big old bamboo earrings, at least two pair. Now I don't. I hope my girl got little earrings or no earrings. I don't give a damn about none of that stuff no more. It's all foolishness. You know, shit. I used to want a blunt and a 40 and chill on the block with my niggas and my new kicks. Now I don't give a damn about none of that shit. See, we're all born in stupidity and ignorance. It's only as you grow and you realize, you know what, this ain't nothing. That's why some of you out there now you beginning to understand. As a Negro, I hate white people. I don't even know why. Oh, they put me in slavery, and you don't know. You don't even know about that either. Somebody wrote that and told you that and regurgitated to you. They know more about slavery that happened a long time ago and Jesus and this and that, but they can't tell you who your father is and who your grandfather was. Isn't that something? They can tell you white folks hurt you. They can tell you all these stories, but they can't tell you what happened 40, 50 years ago. They can tell you all about Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, but they can't tell you about your great uncle, your great aunt, the people who did things great in your family. They don't even know it. They don't even look it up. They don't even know how to look it up. Isn't that something? They don't even know their blood type. Ask the average person, what's your blood type? What that mean? You don't know? No. And that's when it dawned on me, I don't know a goddamn thing. And that's when I started to learn a lot that I don't know nothing. How many of y'all in here who think that I may or may not know what I'm talking about? You're right about that. Thank you. I love you too. How many of y'all in here know the first thing about planting a seed in the ground? How many of y'all? If somebody gave you some acreage tomorrow, you got to go watch some videos, call somebody because you don't know. But what the hell are you going to school for? What do you think about that? If the average girl that you say is a good woman who don't even know how to milk a cow, don't know how to pluck the feathers off the chicken, she knows how to get it out of Walmart. But what? Why don't you know that? Why don't you know about medicinal medicine? Why don't you have any cookbooks? Why don't you have any inheritance? Why don't you know how to farm? You don't know how to grow cucumbers? How's that possible? You don't know how to grow a banana? You was never taught. Because the real things that matter, you don't learn. That's when I realized, I said, you know what? Every time I see a white folk, I give me come over here. I love you. Why? Didn't they tell you I did this and did that? I don't listen to them niggas. Them niggas don't even know how to plant a watermelon or boil an egg. What am I listen to these niggas for? Huh? Don't listen to people. People don't know a goddamn thing. Did you hear what I said? People don't even know. There used to be a time where folks knew what the periodic table was. They don't even know what that is. Elements, gases, and all kinds of stuff. Like nobody knows. Only thing niggas know nowadays is some damn Jesus. That's a damn shame. And they pass it down like that's an inheritance. It is. Well, whatever. Not saying it's not. But that's a shame that every black mother could tell you about Jesus, but can't tell you about your father. Hello. Your mother can tell you about Jesus. Something wrong with that picture. But they can't tell you how to turn over no soil. Isn't that something? How to work a tractor, how to weld. But again, they can tell you about coming to church. Just think about that. That's when I realized, you know what? We all fucked up. You can sit up here, think about it. Didn't your mother take you to church? Sure did. How about your mother? Yeah, my mother did too. My father wasn't there. My mother took me to church. This is all a fucking setup. You mean to tell me all of y'all mothers in here, where you from? Detroit, California, New Hampshire, Indiana, Chicago, Chi-Town. All right, nigga. And you from LA? You from Long Beach, nigga? Crippin' and shit? Yeah, Crip Mac, yeah. But none of your mothers have told you about soil, milking a cow? No. How to plant seeds, germination, none of that. But they told you about Moses, Jesus, Abraham, and all this other kind of stuff. Just think about that for a second. Never taught you about financial literacy, currency, Bretton Woods system. Never gave you a copy of this. But they gave you the scriptures and told you to go to church. Just think about that for something. And now you say y'all live in the ghetto? All of y'all grew up in the ghetto? Yeah, 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 yeah. All y'all had no fathers? Yeah, 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 yeah. All of y'all mothers was in church and spoke tongues? Yeah, yeah. See, something wrong with that picture. That's when I figured it out. And all y'all believe that the white man did this and did that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, we all programmed, baby. And that's why black folks sometimes don't like me and call me Uncle Ruckus and say things like that. But when I hit them in that body with them shots, they say, well, that nigga is kind of right now. I don't like that hat now. I don't like that you say you love white folk, but that nigga be spitting some truth. Of course I do. What did you expect? It's time to wake up. And that is why I have these beautiful tattoos on my arm. I shouldn't have put them there. I don't know if you can see them. I got these beautiful tattoos on my arm because, see, what this stands for, that little eye of Horus, is to stop using these stupid eyes to look in a good old book. Stop using these stupid eyes to make you some fried chicken. Stop using these stupid eyes to get you a 40 ounce of St. Eyes and a thing of chicken for $2.89. Just think of it, a whole thing of chicken for $2.89. Something wrong with that picture, you know, and get you get oil. The oil, you don't even know what that is. That might be motor oil. It's just a bottle of clear yellow shit with a white label and black letters that just say OIL. Oil. Let me get that. That's 89 cents. Oh yeah, get you some packs of Kool-Aid and a big, don't get the 2 pound, get the 5 pound. Think about a pound of sugar. Think of it. You might as well get a pound of cocaine. Hmm? Did I say something wrong? Did I say something wrong? Thank you. And this is why I need y'all to help me keep this channel going. Because I be doing my best to spit it real. This is how I became the black sheep. And I cried every night. Why don't my family love me? Because, nigga, you ain't a Democrat. Your ass ain't sitting up there eating Nutty Buddies. That's why they don't like you. You ain't got no blue fucking soda, nigga. You ain't fucking no pussy. That's why they don't like you. And I said, why y'all don't like me? And then that's when somebody said, nigga, get off, stop crying. You might be the black sheep, but the black sheep always, just about 99.9%, turns into the goat because you traveled the narrow road. You're not on the wide road because everybody on the wide road talking stupid. And they have not slowed down. Because sometimes you just got to slow down and think about why is we all using grease? Okay. Why the hell do we like fried chicken? Especially for men. You ain't got no business eating no damn chicken anyway. If you knew the hormones and foolishness that was going to go in your body, the disfiguration of your anatomy eating that stuff, huh? Well, hell, ain't nobody told me to eat nothing else. Just eat a little salad, lettuce, tomato. Just think of it. We live in a country that supposedly got all kinds of weapons, technology, but the only basic vegetables in most people's house is lettuce, tomatoes, and onions. You go to these other foreigners, they got shit you ain't never seen before. These people, this Indian fish. What the hell is that? Guava, hava, hula, dula. What the? God damn. Cilantro? I ain't even never heard of that. What you do with that? Niggas don't know about no damn cilantro. Yo, ass don't eat it. You ain't from native from where we from. Why not? Huh? What is native from where you from? Peanut butter and jelly? Yeah. Lucky Charms? Yeah, I guess. Now laters? Shit, yeah. Of course it is. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I love white people. I do. I do. And I heal white people. I don't do it all the time. I remember I almost every white person who I had an opportunity with, because I travel something like an angel. And I remember stopping a few of them. God gave me that opportunity daily. I got a chance to talk to a lot of them one by one. Some of them were scholars, some of them were lawyers, some of them lived in beautiful houses in Highland Park and Fort Worth and here, there, and everywhere, rich folk. And I stripped away their materialisms with my tongue. And I taught them about love and water. And I told them to stop hating yourself for what you think you did to black folk. You don't know nothing about yourself or black folks. Most white folks don't even know their history. They didn't know I'm white. What did that mean? I'm German. I'm this. I'm that. What the hell is that? See, that's why I stopped following foolishness. African, yeah, I'm from Ethiopia. I'm from nigga. You ain't from no damn Ethiopia. That's why your ass is looking the way you look. You ain't from no Nigeria. You think you are Igbo and Yoruba. You think you some Mandingo and all this other goofy shit. That's why you are where you are. Because you have not ascended into this. See, this is everything. You see that blackness? This is higher than any consciousness of African spirituality. Africans want to be black now because this tells the whole story. Think of it. Black is not a color, it's the essence of where colors come from. Think about that. We just now learning about black matter. All of us have black in us. Even if you're white, you have melanin. You just don't know because they never told you, they never educated you. White people say, I ain't got no melanin. You ain't educated. You wouldn't be talking to me if you didn't have melanin. Well, what is melanin? And that's when I educate them. And when they leave from me, they never feel guilty about something somebody told you that we done did to black folk. They get educated and they realize that they're just an avatar, consciousness in the flesh, and they're here to do something. And once they're free, the pain leaves them. Black people need to be free too. Y'all sitting up in the ghetto, working check to check, out in the hood looking for the next big ass flopping up and down, coming from the store with her blue now ladies and her soda and her eyelashes on and her SpongeBob pajamas so you can get you some pussy and get right on child support. What a damn fool. A baddie just to get angry with her and be in court. You still like the baddies? You think Offset still want Cardi B? Cardi B still want Offset and Stephon Diggs? It's all foolishness, baby. And they all lose it. What did Biggie Smalls gain? Big Daddy King? Where's Wu Tang? Hmm? Where's Carl Winslow? Where's Steve Urkel? Where's Bow Wow? Everybody who we thought was somebody and doing something we realized wasn't doing a goddamn thing. Bro, you don't have no woman. You're losing. Let me explain something to your goofy ass, and I want you to listen to me carefully. We all have a hard dick when we get started, and then we lose it. We all have good eyes, and then we lose it. We all have great taste buds, and then we lose it. We all have hair, and then we lose it. You ain't meant to have no woman. You meant to do God's will. That's your problem. You get distracted with the things of the earth. And you're going to lose everything that you came here with. You came in naked without a woman, and your ass is leaving naked without a woman. You don't know who you're talking to. And I'm coming to you as a beautiful creature of illustrious illumination and light. And instead of you listening to me, you're trying to contend with me. And the people can hear you don't know what you're talking about. The best thing you can do that has to do with a woman is love your grandmother and your mother. Love your neighbors and take your ass down to the old folks' home and help them old folks in there. That's the best thing you can do for a woman. Respect them and take care of your daughters. But leave your dingaling alone and think about getting in the bed with a woman and waking up with a woman and going to bed with a woman, getting a meal from a woman. If that's what you think you need and that's what works for you, I promise you, you need to go and do that and enjoy that. But at some point in your life, as your teeth begin to fall out, as your hair and your hairline begins to recede, as your aches and pains begin to come, you realize that this was never about no woman. And most of the things that you think you know, somebody told you, and you don't even know what the hell you thinking. Because most of the things that's going to come from God is going to be downloaded into you. Most of the things that are come from God, all you got to do is go to the mountain and sit your ass down and just look at nature. Just shut your fucking mouth up and watch the atmosphere. Watch the animals moving around, watch the trees, watch the seasons, and God will speak to you. See, some of you want to avoid nature, avoid life, avoid loving your neighbor, and go sit down in some church and listen to some foolishness, and then come out and think you living your best life. And then the moment we go and open your pantry, what we realize is you don't know no more than anything else. You ain't got the sense God gave a billy goat, and then you'll sit there and you'll cook nothing but death from the same beautiful woman, right? That you done got, and then he'll be sitting up there with some rice, some macaroni, some cornbread, some potato salad, and some fried chicken, and some cookies and cakes to go with it, and they're gonna sit there and talk about Father God, please bless this food, and you sitting up there eating poison, playing with God, asking Him to bless some food. See, that's nothing but stupidity. You sitting up there done made death for your anatomy to eat, and then ask God to bless the meal that you about to digest. This is how black folks think. This is how a lot of people think. And I'm gonna tell you, you stop looking for a woman and you'll find a good one. Because a lot of good women are not really even equipped with all of those body member things that we see on television and MTV and BET. Most good women ain't got, it's not about their body at all. They got some of the, and I've learned that in my lifetime. I wish I would have learned earlier. Most good women, and that's why I love Jewish women and Jewish people. I love all kind of people, but when we see the dress down to the ankles, they don't have to have it that way. By the way, oh, I ain't looking for. I need a mini skirt. I need a woman with some bouncy breasts, and I just need a. See, you are still here for the things of the world, the surround systems, right? The VVS, the leather seats. You still want the world, isn't it? Right? The full refrigerator, right? And that's so a good cup of soda to go with that meal to wash it down, right? That's what you want, ain't it? All I'm telling you is not that those things are evil. Learn to be simple. Bro, talking to himself. If you don't talk to yourself, something is wrong with you. And that's the main problem. That's why they tell people don't talk to themselves. Because when you talk to yourself, you correct yourself. You listen to yourself and hear how stupid you sound. I talk to myself all the time. What the hell you think you're doing? What the hell you about to masturbate for? I snap out of it. I go, yeah, what the hell is you watching? Damn. I talk to myself. If you don't talk to yourself, something wrong with you. Really. It's the people who don't, and we are in the upside down for real. Really. Ask any genius, do they talk to themselves? Any disciplined monk. And that's why I love monks as well. People who can sit there. I can eat the same beans for 15 years and it don't bother me because I can still see colors. I can care less about the rest of the food. I can still drink water. I can still feel, touch, taste, and laugh eating the same bean. I don't need an apple pie to make me happy. I don't need a steak and some A1 sauce anymore to make me happy. I don't need 2,000 channels to make me happy. I don't need to have a basketball jersey anymore. I've graduated. And that's what we were here for, to bend the world, to show and prove that in this flesh, donuts don't rule, chicken don't rule, television don't rule, not even vagina rules. You've graduated. Penis does not rule. You're graduating now. Television, radio, video games don't rule. You are ready to graduate. You have grown, and wisdom can enter into your temple. Downloads from God. Right now, when I get off, one of the things I want to do is cut all the lights off and all the pitch black. If that don't scare you, only when I was stupid it did. My mind, the demons might come in here, vampire, the monster, the devil, something. Shut up, is what I tell myself. Shut up. Just like that. Shut the hell up. Cut the goddamn light off and sit there and relax, or even underwater, and I just meditate And all of that stupid shit clears out of your mind because you saw it all on television and it was all the foolishness that you put in there. And that's why your mind is out of control. We have to learn to control ourselves once again. And I sit here in the dark sometime and I learn the beautiful things. I begin to see light in the dark. I see images and everything in my life. Close your eyes right now and try it. You see images, beautiful images. I'm giving y'all too much secrets. Um, how you supporting Trump? Is that the only thing that you taking from this? Is that I'm supporting Trump? Is that distracting you? Is that like the flashing light that's bothering you? The hat? Why does that matter? If I had a hat that said Hillary, would you ask me the same question? No, somebody else would. Learn to be here and be now. We're not talking about Trump or Hillary right now. This is very different, ladies and gentlemen. Praise the leadership. Thank you. Thank you. This is about spiritual warfare. I got some beautiful people in the chat. I love y'all. I really do. Praise God. That's exactly what we need to be doing is praising God, coming together, praying together, not worrying about who eyes is blue or brown, who's got white skin, brown skin, or yellow skin, or pink skin. This is nothing but foolishness. Ephesians 6 and 12. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Love God, praise God. Yes. And see the devil, the demons, they all getting out of here because we're not talking hate right now. Get real hypocrisy. See, you see what happens? The disruptors like to come out and they like to be distractions and they like to take your attention off of the real beautiful discussion that we were having. And many of them will go to church with hate in their heart, foolishness in their pantry, and say that they're blessed and highly favored. Come out and say the white man did this and the white man did that, and white people this and white people that, black people this and black people that, and sitting up there ain't got nothing but death in their refrigerator. And they feel that they're doing the right thing. That's a shame. When you learn to love, everybody is beautiful to you. You want to hold everybody's hand. You want to bless everybody. You want to clean your body. And that's one reason, even though in Nelly Chopper sometime is one of the young, misguided young people, he's a vegan. And he's starting to change his image. And I thought that was just so beautiful. He don't see color. And he's a young black little boy. See, that's what's coming, and they don't like that. We don't have these distractions and these borders anymore. Seeing color and division and what happened yesterday and Lazarus and the white man did this. That's not in the minds of the young people that are coming. And they don't like that. Because, see, you lose power. And the old Chitlin circuit, the old way of doing things in the black community is dying off. The old Al Sharpton and the old Rainbow Coalition is dying off. Your old soul food recipes is not here anymore. It's leaving. And the children are finally healing now. And they're becoming light indigo children, just like me. I'm an indigo child. I'm full of light. And I've learned that. And part of my light is to love people, white people specifically. It's an assignment that was given to me by God when I traveled through the portal of my mother's womb. When I came out of the water, the assignment was given to me. Even though Sesame Street was there to block it, Ninja Turtles and the Hood and the 40 ounce and Easy E and everything else you can think of under the sun was there to block the signal of what God really wanted me to do. I never lost my way. And that is what is here today. And that's why I always ask for help and support on my way. Don't think that angels don't need help. An angel is just a messenger, but we don't know no better because we watch pictures and our old grandma told an angel he got wings and Gabriel and everything else. Good Lord. Don't we got everything backwards? We got everything wrong. We don't even know what the hell we're talking about or doing today. An angel is just a messenger, somebody who is here to do the will of God and to leave the place better when they found it. And demons are just the same. They come in flesh, baby. Hmm? If you don't believe me, go read your book. When they came to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, two men walking, hey, come in here and eat. About to go to destroy a city. The two men walking. They said they were angels. Well, why were they dressed like men? Why were they walking as men? See, we don't pay attention. And when we was wanting to get down to Revelations, we was busy reading about Adam and Eve. We didn't read the real details. We're here to be beautiful, making stuff up. That's a shame. And that's what they'll do. I don't expect you to listen to anything I say. Y'all niggas don't listen to Jesus. You don't listen to God. You don't listen to yourself. I know you ain't finna listen to me. So don't feel that I'm gonna be hurt because you are not listening to me. I know better. I'm not here to convince anybody. And this is my favorite saying. Beautiful. I love what you said, Lindsay. What you don't understand, and I always tell people this, never teach anybody anything that they can learn for themselves because you'll just be wasting your time and it will never graduate. It'll be like fishing in a speedboat. They'll never hear anything. It is only when God opens their heart, their mind, and He wants them to see that same passage that you was trying to tell them. And this ain't that what happened with your grandmother tell you something, the OGs, he say, yeah, and then later on he said, damn, they sure did tell me. You just don't understand. It says, I know you was an angel, Brother Clyde. I love you too. You're beautiful and bearing witness to you. You are beautiful. Thank you, Terry. You're great. I love you. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to love and incite one another to find works. That's what we're here to do. We're not here to put you down and tell you if you're a real man or a real woman. We're not here to embarrass you or talk about your eyes, your teeth, your weight. That's not what we're here for. And for some reason, that's what we think that we are supposed to be doing. And you're missing what you're supposed to be doing. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed and have a good night. Y'all take care. I love y'all.